Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case, Elite Mode, Case 42, the heart of the matter. Let's lash out the tree and somebody hit Isaac with something. Oops, I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bontemps. Miss Melody, you have just assaulted an officer of the peace with cake. Explain yourself. I was aiming for Archie Rochester, that Losey. And you were right to throw that cake. It was awful, just like your whole party. Like all your parties, you incompetent little... Why are you out to... Ooh, punch, punch. Yeah, fight. Did you see that, Lisbeth, Katrina? She hit me. You deserved it. Please, both of you, calm down. Calm down. Did you hear what he called me? Don't worry, Lisbeth, Katrina. I won't press charges against Miss Melody. For now, I'm going to seek medical attention. What a night. First the deputy mayor was causing strife, now Archie Rochester. What about the deputy mayor, Miss Melody? He was explaining this remark to Lisbeth Katrina immediately. Well, now that you mentioned the deputy mayor, we still don't know what the killer needed a heart for. Okay, let's go to Melody. Miss Melody, what did you mean when you mentioned the deputy mayor? Deputy mayor, schmeputy mayor. I didn't even want her at this party. I wanted the real mayor to come to the ball, but the deputy mayor reminded Castletown about some fishing trip he'd planned. She shoehorned her way in. I know that no one in their right mind would want to miss a party I've planned, but she complained about everything all evening long. Her mere presence made the place feel like a Poe short story. She ruined the atmosphere. I dare say the deputy mayor fared far worse this evening than you did, Miss Melody. Far worse. Speaking of which, I agree, Lisbeth Katrina. We found the deputy mayor's heart in this courtyard, and we would do well to inspect this area further to solve this murder. Okay. Let's look around the courtyard again. Katrina, this appears to be a torn painting. I'm sure you have no trouble piecing it back together. And is that a sketch of a clock? Perhaps the tree in the faded writing will tell us more about it. All eyes are upon us. We must wrap up this investigation as quickly as possible. Okay. Alright, let's restore the painting. Oh. Picture of the deputy mayor, but looking like a devil. Who would do that? What? It's a portrait of the deputy mayor, but it's been defaced. Look at the horns and that mustache. I agree, we must find the person who defaced Deputy Mayor's portrait, and I bet that Diego can help us. Okay. Alright, now torn sketch. torn. Just dust, faded. 5 foot 7 inches, wood, copper, block. You will rue the day, Huang. Whoa. Katrina, is that a life-size replica of Archie Rochester coming out of this clock like a cuckoo? I swear that young man's ego is completely out of proportion. And what about the other note on the sketch? You will rue the day, Huang. What did Archie have against our victim? And what does any of it have to do with this clock? I agree, Katrina. It's time to talk to young Archie again. Alright. Alright. Can you explain us this drawing, Archie? Archie Rochester. Lisbeth and Katrina found a fascinating sketch of a clock. Would you care to explain? My beloved clock tower. My fantastic idea for the city center. My way to say thank you to Courtyard for welcoming me home. Oh. Your thank you was a clock tower with an effigy of you coming out of it? Every hour on the hour, yes. I studied clockwork mechanism while I was in Switzerland. A fascinating subject. I've studied that it is, but your love of clockwork does not explain the thread we also discovered on the sketch. You wrote that Huang would rue the day. Which day? The day she denied the creation of this masterpiece. She said it wasn't what the city needed. And she was right. That Philistine. What could she possibly know about art? Nobody in Courtyard appreciates my genius. It's almost enough to drive me away again. Don't you dare try to leave Courtyard, Archie Rochester. We have our eyes on you. Who defaced the painting of the deputy mayor? Katrina. What a pleasure to delve into the psyche of the notorious defacer of this portrait. Most pleased to have provided you some amusement, Diego. What did you find? Well, from the harried and messy strokes, you are dealing with someone who enjoys getting in their cups and staying there as long as possible. And the whole show a complete disregard for authority and disrespect for honest labor. This person may have never been employed in their entire life. So you're saying the person who defaced the deputy mayor's portrait was a drunkard who has never worked a day in their life. Larry, yes. You're quite right, Katrina. That description fits one of our suspects perfectly. It sounds exactly like Larry Rochester. We must go speak with Larry Rochester at once and demand why he defaced the deputy mayor's portrait. Okay. What's all this about the face painting? Larry Rochester. Lisbeth Katrina has reason to believe that you defaced the portrait of Deputy Mayor Huang. She deserved it. You won't believe what that woman did to me. What did she do to you? Surely it couldn't have been so terrible. Sandra Huang offered me a job. A municipal job. It was such a horrific prospect that I thought I was trapped in a short story by Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, work? Me? I'd rather go back to helping my Uncle Horatio with his infernal clocks. Let's get this straight. You were set enough to deface a portrait of the deputy mayor because she offered you gainful employment? Yes, and when she saw it, you should have seen her face. It was priceless. She ripped the portrait to pieces. Well, this may seem hilarious to you, Mr. Rochester, but your viciousness toward the victim will not be forgotten, I assure you. Oh, it could be you. And it's not going to be Horatio. Katerina, how close are you to finding the deputy mayor's killer? If the press catches wind of this before we have a handle on it, they will have a field day. We understand, Chief, and we very nearly have the guilty party in hand. You'll excuse me if my suspicions rest mainly on the deputy mayor's husband. Although to be fair, the deputy mayor had a unique gift in making all sorts of people angry. Idle speculation is not helpful. We need answers. Well, Chief, we do know that the killer returned to the party after the murder. In that case, I highly recommend that you return to Doful Mansion and investigate further. Hop to it. Okay. Alright, let's investigate the mansion again. Oh, was this blade used to cut her heart? My word, Katrina. That stone blade is covered in blood. Do you think it could be the instrument used to remove the deputy mayor's heart? Collecting a sample of the blood from the blade will clear up any confusion in the matter. Please hurry. Confession. And a large chunk at the master ball? I suppose it may only hold party favors, but we'll only know for certain once you open it. Katrina, we promised the chief a speedy end to this murder investigation, and I can sense that we are close to solving the mystery. Alright. Let's collect some blood from the knife. Splendid sample collection from that stone blade, Katrina. Now let's get this blood to Viola. Alright. $30, wow. Alright. Now the trunk. Let's see what's inside. Oh, maybe a rope that was used to strangle her. There doesn't seem to be anything of importance struck, Katrina, apart from that rope. You're right, Richard mentioned the deputy mayor had been strangled with a soft rope. This one certainly fits the description. If the killer used this rope to strangle the deputy mayor, then surely collecting some of that dry substance will help us catch them all the sooner. Please hurry. Okay. With the sample you collect from the rope, we are bound to have more evidence. Let's rush this over to Viola at once. Okay. Let's check out the blood sample. Katrina, I have excellent news for you. The sample you collect from the stone blade contains some of the deputy mayor's blood and lung tissue. The blade was most assuredly the instrument used to cut out Huang's heart. Smashing! Were you able to find any information about the killer from the sample? Indeed I did. As we know, Deputy Mayor Huang's blood type was O negative, but there was another person's blood in the sample, and it was A+. And since the only other person who could have cut themselves so recently on display was the person who removed her heart, the killer has an A+ blood type. Well, the killer may have A+ blood, but it'll fairly getting away with this crime. Yes. Alright, now the particles. Courtyard, the sample you simply confirmed your suspicions. The rope you collected it from was indeed the murder weapon. Those are skin cells, most of which belong to Mrs. Huang, no doubt scraped on her neck when she was strangled. But I also found different skin cells coming from another person's palms. How could you possibly know that the skin was from someone's palms? The skin from the palm of the hands has ridges. That's why we have fingerprints. Whoever left the skin behind was pulling the rope very tight, no doubt to strangle the deputy mayor. So those palm skin cells belong to the killer. Sadly, a tincture for preventing the infection of scratches impeded me from being able to obtain the killer's genetic material. But at least we know the killer has been scratched, and quite deeply. The scratch will still be visible without a doubt. So our killer has been scratched recently. They will learn at the cost of their freedom that some itches should be left alone. Haha. We have everything we need to arrest the evildoer who strangled the deputy mayor and cut out her heart, Katarina. Let's go. And immediately I'm going to ask him why go to such trouble and cut her heart. Well, it was Mary. I never liked you anyway, so... Larry Rochester, you're under arrest for murder of Deputy Mayor Sandra Huang. You must be joking. Why would I go to such trouble over her? I'd rather ask myself why you would have touched the murder weapon otherwise. We found a tincture you're using to heal your scratches on the rope used to strangle the deputy mayor. Surely I can't be the only person to use this tincture. But we have reason to believe that you're the only person who could have left sangria in the deputy mayor's chest when you removed her heart. Nonsense. You left your blood on the stone blade used to cut it out. The game is up. Keep talking. You're quite right. I did kill the deputy mayor. But why? Your Uncle Horatio helped her campaign. Ha! Do you think he did it from the goodness of his heart? She was supposed to help my family in return. Whoa. Huang has been working for us, distracting officials and making sure they kept their noses out of Rochester business. Oh my god. Deputy Mayor Huang was corrupt? Yes, but then my father got arrested for supporting my clever bond chief, and suddenly Sandra grew scruples. Whoa, you said yours. Your clever bond chief? Do you mean you were behind that Courtyard telephone company swindle? Please don't tell me that you thought my father could have masterminded such a thing. It's true that he was always going on about how investing in telephones meant investing in the future, and about how I was doing nothing with my life. One day it dawned on me that I could not only make my father believe that I was finally making something of myself, but that I could also make tons of money in the process. But of course I also knew that I wouldn't even need to create a real company. I just needed to make people believe that the Courtyard telephone company was legitimate. I let my accomplice handle the details of creating and distributing the bonds, while my dear old papa gave me all the publicity I needed. The daughtery fool had no idea it was a scam until it was too late. Then he took the blame for me, as I knew any good father would. But Huang said that she couldn't bear to see an innocent man rot in jail. She said that if I didn't turn myself in, she would. So you strangled her. But what of her heart? Why didn't you remove her heart? I did hope it would muddy the waters of your investigation, or at least scare you away. You should know by now that nothing scares Lisbeth and Katrina away from the investigation. You're under arrest. That's right. Larry Rochester, you're before the court on charges of murdering Deputy Mayor Huang by strangulation. That is correct. I don't know what makes me angrier. The fact that a city official was working for the Rochesters, or the fact that you murdered her. Your family is very lucky that this corruption cannot be formally proven beyond your claims, Mr. Rochester. If the people of Courtyard cannot trust those elected to public office anymore, what is left for them to trust? You Rochesters think that you can buy anyone you want. Well, you cannot buy Justin Lawson. This court hereby sentences you to 50 years in prison. 50 years? We may not be able to buy you, Judge Lawson, but everyone else in Concordia has a price, and no one walks out on my family once they've been paid for. No one. Gee. Katrina, I would first like to congratulate you on solving this dastardly crime and arresting Larry Rochester. And by arresting him, you have also proven Leopold Rochester's innocence in relation to the bond scheme. Clearly he had no idea the telephone company he endorsed was fake. I'm happy to say he has been cleared of all charges. In fact, there he is. How are you, Mr. Rochester? Pleased to be out of prison and heartbroken that my son was hell-bent on going there himself. It is indeed a shame, Leopold, but the important thing is that you are free and justice was served. That is good news, but please, Lisbeth Katrina, know that my son is not a reflection of the Rochester family. Well, Larry told you about the deputy mayor working for us. I have no idea what he was talking about. We will never dream of bribing anyone. Certainly. I know that you are an upstanding citizen. And do please give my regards to your lovely niece, Bernadine. Lisbeth Katrina, I got here as fast as I could. Is all this news about the deputy mayor true? I swear to you that I had no idea that Sandra was corrupt. This will not happen again. Not on my watch. And now with the Concordia flying squad to assist you, Mayor. Well, and I thought he was going to get a life sentence. Anyway, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in A Run for Your Money, number 6. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!